To shake everything out, and then if you could say just your full name for me.
Yep, it's Dawn Moore.
Dawn Moore, okay. And are you an unedited woman?
I am in the process of becoming an unedited woman. It's a lifelong journey for me, but I just turned 50 this year, and I'd like to say that 90% of the edits are off. So I'm just getting rid of those last residuals so I can really manifest into who I am.
And what is the process of becoming an unedited woman?
I think it is the process of shedding all of the stories that we were told about how to be women and allowing ourselves to just be the women that we actually are, without following any kind of script about who we're supposed to be.
And how has it changed your life?
Freedom, and mostly freedom from fear. A lot of, for me, being how I was taught to be a woman was to be taught to be fearful. And so becoming an unedited woman is also editing out all of the things that were supposed to scare me in my life and realizing that the monster is no longer under the bed.
And what have you liked about this process?
Collaboration always with other women and working in community and making art is amazing. Love it.
What have you disliked about the process, or have you suffered through this process?
I think art always has to have a little suffering in it, otherwise it runs the risk of being inauthentic. So yeah, I've delved into some of the harder parts of my past and found the art within them.
And what have you created during this process?
I think I've created two things. I've created the story that I'm going to tell tonight, but that is also hopefully the start of a much bigger project that will lift up more marginalized voices, is my hope anyway.
And what is important to you about being a woman?
For me, being a woman, I feel like we are the protectors. We are the last guard before things fall apart. It is always the women who will put their bodies on the line. It is always the women's bodies that will suffer in order for life to be possible or to regenerate itself. So we often think of men as the protectors, but I think that's entirely wrong. I think it's the women. I think it's the women who keep us safe. It's the women who are aware of what's going on. It's the women who build the communities. It's the women who will swim across the oceans of fire to keep the community safe and to keep the kids safe. It's always the women.
And has your opinion or perception of womanhood changed as you've gotten older?
Absolutely. My womanhood now is no fucks to give. It is unapologetic. I no longer care what anybody else thinks. I'm also solidly Gen X, which already primed me for not caring. But yeah, I'm just gonna be the badass bitch that I am, and you like it or you don't, doesn't matter to me. I'm here.